Okay guys, got the MAXX slash on the table here. So we do want to do a little bit of suspension work because the suspension, like, kind of everybody complains about it. It is crappy for speed run, so I do want to get a couple of speed runs out of this to reach the speed that is called for, you know, 60, 70 mile per hour. So I do need to stiffen up the suspension down here. So let me put a lighting down here so this thing can kind of stop right here. And I'm gonna be using these tubings here for that. And I cut 4 pieces, 2 the same, 2 more the same, so I have 4 pieces sitting right here. So in the back, the truck is high. I do want to just kind of lock it up where it's at in the back so it stands up straight and high. In the front, I do want to bring it down a little bit. And then let me pop this body open. And then I do want to what I want to do here is, let me get this body off. There you go. So once I got the tubings in here, I do want to put straps here on this arm so it can kind of leverage itself down here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you what I'm doing here and what I'm doing in the back, but the other two you won't see. But like Kevin Tilbot does it, boom, and it's done. But let's go back. We don't want to do it that way. Let's show everything. So what I want to do is I want to take off this little guy right here. And this one right here. And once you have this and this off, your shock should just come right out. So what I want to do is I want to kind of unlock this right here, and I'm going to remove this out, and we're going to work on this so we can tube this. All I want to do is put that tubing in there. That way it comes down and it just stops right there. So the shock stops right there. Okay, so we have that out. What we're going to do is we're going to kind of open this up. Remove it completely. You gotta remove it completely because it's kind of held in there. So we're gonna do this, and then I probably need to get a needle nose plier. Let's get this out of here. And the spring is not the strongest spring. Also, I want to adjust these up to here to the lowest point. That way we have a nice and tight suspension. So I'm gonna get a needle nose to hold this and twist this off. All right, so next, just want to remove this little piece right here. Yes, gripping this is gonna kind of damage the bore here, but you could put a towel here, but we're never gonna reach to that spot. And it really doesn't, it's like stainless steel stuff, so it doesn't damage anything even if your shot goes through. But if you put a cut there, it's gonna leak. That's an issue you're gonna have, so be careful. So you're gonna do the same thing for all 4 shocks. Once this is off, we'll put the tubing on. Okay, so this goes on here. So the front one is kind of a little smaller than the back one. And put some oil on this and it should go right through. Okay, there you go. Can use this to hold it. And pull on the tubing. If you put a little bit of oil here, it'll make it easy for this thing to go. There you go. Perfect. I'm gonna have to lock this back up. And there you go. So you're gonna do the same thing for all 4 shocks. I'm gonna show you the rear too, because the rear is a little bit different. It's the same thing, you just got a little base to it. So this goes on next, and then you put this baby right on. You're gonna have to move the tubing a little bit away so this can go right on. Clip right in, and that's it. And then you put your little screw back on. There you go. Perfect. Now the shock will have travel, but it will stop there, okay? But since I'm gonna put strap ties, it's gonna come down and just be there. Just give it a little bit of slack. Anyways, time for us to put this back on. Okay, now gonna have to take this guy in and drop it right in. So remember, if you look at originally, this was facing forward, it could be facing backward, it doesn't matter. And this thing was facing inward, and the screw was, if you forget, look at the opposite side. Well, this is going to be facing inward. So, and also don't forget which slot it goes on in the bottom here. So I usually get at least one in because it makes it very easy. Because if you get the top in and then the bottom, it's up to you how you want to do it, okay? Top first, bottom first. So it is kind of mess with you a little bit here to get this in. There you go. And remember, the shorter bolt goes in the bottom. And then I'm gonna take our tool here. There's different ways to modify this shock. See the bore that you see here now? That can go on you can put tubings on the inside, so the shock, you see how I'm gonna put straps here? You can do that inside if you put the tubing on the inside. I wouldn't put tubing inside. I would put something that's hard inside, like some type of washer or some type of metal or hard plastic, because tubing kind of gives up because the oil, it breaks down and then your truck is uneven and you don't even know it. But it would look something like that. And but now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this guy in, and I just want the hole to be facing forward just like the way it was. And let's get this top portion in. I'm gonna take this truck out for a run, speed run, but it has to, all the electronic gearing, everything has to stay stock, okay? Little by little, we'll modify it so you guys can stay tuned. Some people are gonna do some crazy speed runs to begin with. I like to do my stuff slowly and steady, one thing at a time, but suspension has to be there, okay? You can't be doing no speed runs with a wacky suspension. But let me see if I get this guy in. There you go. And then get this in. We're kind of done here, so I'm gonna do one in the back also. It's plastic, you don't want to go crazy. You got to stop when it's time for it to stop. So that's what it looked like, okay? The other side will go down and the truck will just stop right there. So let's make a move on the back one. Let's bring the back over. Okay, there's the back. So the back has this little guy right here. You can use different points to adjust this baby to a different height. And this is in the center. So make sure it stays in the center. Okay, I just want to see my camera is recording. And smaller bolt in the bottom, bigger bolt on the top. And the shock should just come right off. It's very simple. These trucks are nice. They look complicated, but no RC is that complicated that you can't freaking work on it, you know, at home. You don't got to be going to the hobby shop guy every time because you're going to be spending money. You see I got my bullets ready here. Going to be soldering too on this baby. You'll see that video too. I'll bring that video out too. So here it is. So the back is different. Like I said, the back, we're going to have a different height. A little bit higher, even though the truck itself is higher, but I also want this tubing to be higher. And because I am going to bring it down to the level with the strap ties. The reason why I'm using strap ties is because I am kind of confused. Bash this baby, or speed run this baby. So it is what it is. You know, you got to have your fun. So my fun starts from speed run. Okay, because this is made to do 70 mile per hour stock. Let's see if it gets to 70. I'm going to use this, kind of force it through. Better idea for me. There you go. It goes right through. Should have done this the first time. Okay, gotta have to kind of go a little higher because that thing gotta sit in there. So pretty much like you can push it right back later on. And now it's time for us to get this guy back in. It took me no more than 2 minutes to get this thing out and then in and out. And you always gotta go catch all the threads. When it stops, it's done. There you have it. Spring goes in, Remember, I adjusted the front already to the lowest point. So whatever this point is at, it's got to be on the opposite side, okay? You can stay a little bit back, but the opposite side's got to be at the same position. You could do it later, you could do it now, it's all up to you. Doing it now might be a little difficult because this guy is going to make it difficult. Should I have went a little bit more on oil? Doing speed run doesn't matter. You could eliminate all the oil you want, okay? And because you can go just stiffen up the shocks 100% and have just a little bit of cushion with oil or spring or whatever makes your life easy, makes you think that this is going to be better for you. So if you watch a lot of my videos, there's a lot of suspension preparation on RCs. There you go, this baby's ready. So what I want to do here is I'm gonna go as soon as I start to see the threads right there, and that's where we're gonna leave it. You can count the threads through here. So anyways, time for this guy to go back in. Then I'll do the other two off the camera, and I think this time I'm gonna have to get, okay, I gotta get this in. Okay, I'm gonna have to kind of figure this out. This little pivot ball here, there you go, got it in. I'm gonna put the bolt right through so it doesn't move around anymore. If I got it, okay, came back out. There you go. And then I'll get the top in. Remember, the spring is gonna make things tough for us to do. There you go, got lucky there. So the truck is kind of standing up more higher now. If you can see, the other side is kind of lopsided. And we're gonna get this guy in. And we're gonna get this guy in. This, what I'm doing is just like a basic suspension for like a stock RC. So pretty much the truck is gonna, okay, it was standing up because of tubing, so it is gonna kind of be like a little higher from the back and down from the front. That's how it's gonna be. So there you go, guys. Give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. But we're not done yet. I gotta do the opposite side off the camera. So the job is completed. Here it is. Put the straps on so it doesn't have any slack. It is able to squat a bit, tiny bit. Same thing in the back. We did the same thing in the back. It does have a little bit of squat to it, but the truck overall lifts up evenly. Let's put the body on, and it's not gonna touch the ground anymore. It's not gonna hit that ground anymore. No way possible, because it's not gonna go any lower than that. But that's for speed run. So if you're bashing, different story. You have to remove all this. Let's get the body on. I am gonna have problem getting in there for the clips, but there is. That's what it looked like. It's a speed runner. It's a road runner, and it's high from the back, low from the front. But there's no way it's gonna touch the body unless the body with the wind goes down. Other than that, it's gonna stay like that. Okay, nice and stiff, guys. Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. See you guys on the next video. There you have it. Okay, we can take a look. Look at the front end. Okay, it's pretty high. Let's put the light from the opposite side. There you go. You can see the light from down there. Okay, let's look at it from this side. There you go. Alright, so guys, thank you for watching my video.